What's up, everybody? Welcome back to YouTube's #1 primetime Friday night show, The Trailer Park Live, right here on the 2nd Street Marvel. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here. And if this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. We do greatly appreciate any time you guys stop here in to just hang out with us, and especially on this show, The Trailer Park Live, where you guys get to know me a little bit more intimately. I get in and be a little bit more just crazy here during this live stream than I do on most of my normal videos, or even on my weekly chats, where I do the Monday morning, or the morning movie chats where I talk about movies and stuff like that. Here, we get a little bit more R-rated, so you might want to make sure that you tuck the little ones in and put them to sleep, or at least put on a movie for them to watch while you neglect them for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And if this is your first time here, again, thank you so much for being here. If you're a returning viewer, thank you guys very much as well. You guys are pretty much the core of people who are here. You guys are my core audience, and I appreciate you guys being here. Now, what I typically do is I go over some of the comic books that I pulled for the week, and then I get in and discuss with you all some of the topics that we have to discuss, just things that have happened throughout the week. And the past few weeks I've had some guests here on the show, and I kind of want to start gearing it a little bit more towards that here on Friday nights to bring you guys an even better show. And please show all the people that I bring here onto the channel, show them some love. Go check out their channels, leave some comments for them, let them know what you like, what you don't like. And tonight I do have a very special guest, but just like every single night here on the Trailer Park Live, I am going to start off talking about some comic books. And first, I've already done some reviews on these guys, but I'm going to be talking about right now Excalibur and Marauders issue #2. These are 2 of the 6 new series spinning out of Jonathan Hickman's reboot of the X-Men in the Marvel Universe. Guys, these books were pretty good. Now, I did a video earlier this week ranking the Dawn of X titles, and that's what they're calling this, is the Dawn of X, after House of X and Powers of X finished. They're calling this the Dawn of X, with all these new 6 titles that are coming out. And I did a ranking list of all of them and why I felt the way I did, where I put them all on the list. And these ones right here were definitely in that video. And guys, I gotta say, these 2 books were actually pretty decent. Not bad. Are these books that you have to read? No, not necessarily. I think Marauders has a lot more going on in it that is going to serve the purpose of what's going on in the larger X-Men story with the mutants and everything. And Excalibur, I think this might have more, this title, if any of them, would last longer than even like the Marauders were. Even this, though this one I feel has more significance, this one I think would last a little bit longer just because it's affecting Otherworld. And I did that ranking list, guys. I think you guys should go check out that video. And you're probably thinking like, hey, if you already did a review on these, why are you sitting here talking about them now? Well, because guys, that's what I do, is I talk about comic books and I recommend them here on the channel. And like I said, here on the Trailer Park Live, we get a little bit more in depth and talk about them, and maybe fly off the handle. But these ones I thought were pretty good. And like I said, I don't know why, like Marauders by Jerry Dugan is a well-written book. He's a good writer. Teenie Howard doing Excalibur, I'm not really into her writing, her work or anything, but Excalibur has actually been pretty good. Some I think you guys should definitely go out and check out. Now, I did some reviews of these next ones as well already here on the channel. Go check these things out, guys. That's Amazing Spider-Man #34 and 2099 Alpha. Now, the reason I did these together is because Amazing Spider-Man has been tying in these past 3 issues into what's going on in 2099. And this particular one, #34 of Amazing Spider-Man, I would highly suggest reading this book before you go read 2099. And I would say, it depends on who you are if you want to read these books. The 2099, like my brother Chillmonger, you guys should go check out his channel. Chillmonger doesn't like the future stuff, and I kind of somewhat agree with him there. Like, I would rather have something that ties in to a larger continuity in the Marvel Universe, and I don't think 2099 is going to do that, even though what's happening now is going to affect the 2099 version. I don't think that this stuff right here that's going on in 2099 is going to affect the overall universe. Just some things going on, but again, I thought these titles were pretty cool, and the setup and everything here for 2099, I thought it was pretty good. Now, the one thing I did forget to do, and I'm gonna have to go out to my local comic book shop and check that out. Is I forgot the Fantastic Four 2099 released this week as well. So I'm going to have to go back and get that one, pick it up, read it, and do a review for you guys. Hopefully I can get that done before the end of the weekend, as it is part of that 2099 event. And these are small events, so they're not anything big. They're not like you're having to go out and, you know, buy a whole bunch of tie-in books or anything. I think the 2099 event is going to be basically like 8 issues max, and that's about it, aside from the ones that tie into the Amazing Spider-Man. Now, the next one I did some reviews on already is Annihilation Scourge issue number 1. This is Alpha, actually, Annihilation Scourge Alpha, which, you know, all the Alphas are the number 1. Omega will be the last one. This book right here was actually pretty good. Now, the reason I even looked into this one, because I'm not into the Marvel events or anything, is because it's written here by Matthew Rosenberg. You'll see that name right there, man. I'm telling you, I like Matthew Rosenberg's writing, and I thought this was a pretty good setup to the Annihilation Scourge story. It takes place over about 2 weeks before... basically before we see Annihilus come into basically what seems like the current Marvel continuity to seek some help from, like, you know, some different heroes in our time. Again, I thought this book was pretty good. What's going on here? Again, like these ones right here, guys, that I just talked about here. None of these books except for Amazing Spider-Man are on my pull list. Like I said, guys, my local comic book shop is just kick-ass and allowed me to borrow these issues so I could bring you guys some reviews. That's how awesome they are. I would, you know, if you guys could do me a favor, go check them out over on Instagram and even Facebook. That's at Bases Cards and Comics. All one word, just like it says right there, at Bases Cards and Comics, except you're going to have to spell out and comics. Go check them out. Super cool. They don't do online sales or anything. They're not going to sell you on anything. What they do is they actually post a lot about what books are getting ready to come out, and, you know, just different things like, you know, like the magic cards and stuff like that. Some of the magic tournaments are doing very cool stuff. Now, these next couple that I'm going to talk about, they lent me also to do some reviews on, and believe me, I almost wish I owned them for various other reasons. Now, the one I want to talk about right off the bat right here is Deadpool issue number 1. Okay, guys. Now, this book right here is being written by Kelly Thompson. Okay. Oh, man. Let me see if I can find the title page where they have all this stuff written about all the people who worked on this book. This book is being written by Kelly Thompson. The penciler is Chris Bachalo, or Bacalo. I probably butchered that name. Its inkers are Wayne Tim Townsend, Al Vey, Jaime Mendoza, or Jamie Mendoza, Livesay, and Victor Olazaba. Yeah, that's just the inkers. The color artist is David Curiel, and it's lettered by VC's Joe Sabino with the cover art by Chris Bachalo and Tim Townsend. I'm going to show you all those names right here, guys. Just right there. Look at that title page. And the one thing about this title page is it's at the end of the book. You can see there's, you know, it's at the very end of the book. I don't know why they do those kind of things on, especially on a number 1. They did the same thing on a book that I reviewed last week, or was it the week before as well, the Morbius issue number 1. I don't know anything about these characters. Why you put the title page on the back end? Because what they typically do here when they do these title pages is, see right here at the top, they tell you about the character that you're getting ready to read about in the book. Why you save that for the very end, I have no clue. Okay, now on this book right here, I will tell you it's pretty irrelevant. I'll tell you it's irrelevant because, guys, you know, here, especially when I do my actual videos of the comic book reviews, I've got to tell you, I try to be objective about them. I want to review the book, tell you what's in the book, whether I liked it or not, you know, and if I think you guys should go do it. Guys, this right here, this book, I'm going to have a challenge doing this one because I don't like to be mean. I don't like, you know, I like to be, you know, somewhat subjective, remain objective during my reviews. And this one is going to be hard, guys, because this book is fucking trash, okay? You had one job to do, just one, and I don't know what you did here. This book, guys, it's fucking garbage. There's like, it's Deadpool. It's Deadpool. This should be the easiest character out there to write. And this book is devoid of any comedy. It's devoid of any kind of slapstick humor or anything like that. It's just a very basic, dry story. And I myself, I didn't like it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that will like what's going on in the story. But we got cameos from Elsa Bloodstone. We got cameos from Gwenpool, as well as even Jeff the Land Shark. And I've got to tell you, every single one of these cameos sucks. The Gwenpool series, and we'll get into that in just a minute, ties into here for whatever reason. Well, for a purpose. But basically what we got here is the art here. I think the art in here was just trash. I did not like it. They've got so many different inkers. I think they had one color artist, but you can just like throughout the book you could just tell it's not well written. It's not Nothing is good about this book whatsoever. Nothing. There's nothing good about this book. It fucking sucks. And there's like things in here where like, you know, they're trying to be funny, they're trying to be cute, like right here, they're even introducing Elsa Bloodstone. It says Monster Hunter Extraordinaire, also Slayer of Looks and Hearts. I mean, you know, curse word. Look at her. Look at her. Should be illegal to be that hot. Should be illegal to be that hot and look at her. Look how hot she looks. She looks like a stick figure. She looks like a plain stick figure. And then they go and they actually make some jokes here later on about, you know, her being like silicone and stuff like that. And she comes back with, there ain't no silicone on this body. And it's like, yeah, there's no silicone there because you look like a damn twig. You know what I mean? You just look like a skinny girl. You know, and I'm not making fun of skinny girls. I don't mind a skinny girl. I don't mind a fit chick who don't got any fat on her. You don't have to be curvaceous or anything like that. But why would you think this has any kind of, you know, any kind of silicone injected into her anywhere? I don't know, in her brain or something. I just don't know. I don't see the sex appeal or anything like that. And I'm not saying that skinny girls can't be sexy or anything like that. But you're making jokes here that are just like founded on nothing. They're founded on nothing. And then there is a Gwenpool appearance in here. Absolutely garbage, absolutely trash. What she comes in to do is absolute. Oh shit! Oh, what's up, guys? Hey, sorry about that. I interrupted the video there. Just sitting here messing around with some stuff. Anyway, yeah, guys, I'm telling you that that book, it's pretty not good. It's not very good. So I hope you're all having a very good night tonight. Make sure that you smash that like button and, you know, just all of that stuff that I'm supposed to tell you because, you know, we all forget to do it, right? So anyway, guys, oh man, yeah. Sorry, like I said, I accidentally interrupted that and I realized I was like, oh hey, what the hell? Anyway, I hope you're all having a very good night tonight. I've actually was just getting ready to call on my guest here, and you know, I can't seem to find the guest here on the Skype. It's not coming up here. Let's see. Yeah, it's not coming up with anybody. Oh no. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good night. Let me, you know what? Let me get a hold of this guest here so we can get them. You know, so I'll send them my link. Uh, There we go. Maybe that'll work. Maybe I can get him to get a hold of me. So anyway, yeah, guys, man, in case you can't see there, I was being nice. I was trying to be as nice as I can about about Deadpool. I'm telling you, that was absolutely garbage. I mean, there wasn't really even any parts in the book where it looked like they were trying to be funny. Ooh, here we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, that'll help me. Yeah. Alright, did that work? Alright, what's up? Alright, everybody. Anyway, I hope you're all having a very good night tonight. Everybody, please give it up for our special guest of the night. That is, oh man, look at what it did here, dude. I'm telling you, I've got everything jacked up right now. Oh, alright, let's see, does it even work for that? No, it's not even working on that one. Anyway, guys, I guess you guys can look at my pretty face while I get this all set up here. Make sure you smash that like button. I'm guarantee you guys will like who we have here on the show tonight. Let's see here. Yeah, you guys are hearing me sing here. Oh yeah, there we go. I just got the wrong window clicked. I think that is it right there. Nope. Killing me here, Smalls. There we go. That's it. There we go. Hello. Hello. How you doing this evening, LB?
What up, man? You calling me a special guest? You sure the people are still in the chat? They might have left. They saw my face. They was like, I'm out.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's all good. Everybody, there should probably be more people here just because you're here. I think you're probably attracting people. Um,
Yeah, right. See, they already in there saying I'm not special.
oh, dang.
They
Come
they
on,
already
y'all.
they already talking noise about me, man. They hurting my feelings. I
oh.
like how I look on Skype. Like I just see nothing but my head.
Yeah, I know. That's yeah, not bad. Yeah, sorry, I had things all going here, and then I hit the wrong button here. I forgot I got some hotkeys set up on my keyboard, and then it interrupted the stream, and all kinds of madness broke loose since then. So anyway, I want to say what's up to everybody here in the chat. I seen we got the Senate here, Derek Raju. Hopefully I said that right. Snow Dub Music and Entertainment. Christy was the first one here. And yes, Senate. Kelly Thompson was the one writing this new Deadpool series, and yes, it's pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible. Like I said, there was nothing enjoyable about it. And let's see who else we got here. Demajani, what's up, my brother? Perp Minded. Who else we got here? It looks like that's everybody for tonight. Like I said, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Say hello to LB. LB, tell everybody, a little about yourself and a little about your channel.
Well, everybody, I'm just a lonely man that likes to talk to a camera, man. For those that don't know, I practically talk about anything I want. But I talk about Star Wars, I talk about the MCU, but I like talking about the foolishness that goes on in the world. I mean, it's always a fun time to laugh at the buffoonery that goes on out there. I'm glad to be back on Second Street Marvel's channel. For some reason, he felt like I had nothing to do Friday night, but hey, I'm here.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I kind of got a hold of him. Well, I meant to message him earlier in the weekend. Just a little bit late, man. You know what it is? I'm a procrastinator. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those guys who likes to operate under the pressure of everything. Like when I used to work at my old job, I would, like sometimes stuff I just put off to the last minute, like the last minute, like where I knew I could get it done, and just go from there and just hit the ground running. And I don't know. Sometimes I just think I think I perform well under pressure. I think that's what it is. And I just always, I don't know. Sometimes you got to improvise, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm used to how you roll, man.
Yeah, man, it gets pretty crazy sometimes. It gets pretty crazy. And Snow Dub, music and entertainment. Snow Dub, be ready next week, because I was gonna message you and see if you wanted to come on next week, buddy. So anybody here who's here right now will know who my special guest will be next week. Well, if he's not busy. So anyway, been a pretty long week. I actually got to catch your live stream that you did yesterday. You're lonely with
Oh,
friends.
yeah,
Lonely
that's
with
cool.
friends. And
What? You got some thoughts or something?
no, it was pretty good. Like I didn't get to catch it last night because I was out. Went to the movie theater with my daughters and my son too. I guess he went with us. But we went and watched Frozen 2, and so yeah, wasn't able to check out the stream last night. But it looks like you
Man,
had quite a few people there. Had a lot of fun going on.
yeah, man. I always enjoy doing that. I always have I got my crowd that comes in every week and comes and hangs out with me. We all interact, so it's a lot of fun. I guess they enjoy me just talking. This week I went solo. It's been a while since I went solo, so I did the solo thing and I held it down. I still don't know why people like sitting there listening to me talk that long, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, sometimes I think the same things. Like I'm sitting there thinking like, what do people even show up to hear me flap my gums? Am I that interesting? I don't know. Maybe I am. But I mean, I guess that's the same thing. Too, is like something you were even saying in your live stream was like, you listen to your viewers, and you're talking to them, and you're always, you're looking for something to talk about that's going to get views and things like that. You got to, kind of, switch things up, find what works and what don't, and go with that, right? I mean, so sort of like trends and things like that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you found that, like, going after the hottest story isn't always the best thing, and you hear from a lot of people that, it's really not what you're talking about. It's like we're here for you, and to hear what you have to say on it. We're not just here for whatever, like a clickbait trending topic is, out there, whether it's MCU or Star Wars specifically.
Right. I mean, for me, I'm finally starting to realize that, to be quite honest, which is like, okay, so y'all are here to hear me talk. You're not really here for what I'm talking about. So like, yeah, I'm still getting used to that, and that's why like lately I've switched up like the content I'm doing. Doing more stuff that I like to do. Well, I've always done stuff I'd like to do, but like there's more to me than talking about Marvel and Star Wars, and there's not really that much Marvel content out right now. I mean, I can go make up some stuff if you like, but that's not me.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing too, is like, when I first started off, I was kind of doing stuff like that too. Like, okay, like you gotta do this, these kinds of things, because this is what you want to do. I mean, I don't know, like you have an idea when you first start off. Like I said, I was trying, there's clickbait things out there, theory videos and stuff like that. And I did a couple, like my first couple were like that, and I watch them now. I'm kind of like, ugh, those are kind of cringy. But sometimes you hit the right one, and it's almost like something you got to keep going with.
Yep, that's the unfortunate thing about YouTube. Like if something works, you got to keep rolling with it. But and that's really I think that's a downside too, because man, say for example, like when the Captain Marvel thing went on. You make one Brie Larson video, it blows up, and then you got to keep making the same kind of videos over and over again. Man, that gets old, man. But some people got to do it because that's how they want to roll on the YouTube. For me, it gets old, man, and it's just like I can't make the same video 2-3 times a day every day. Like I'd get burnt out from this thing and be like, I'm out, I'm done.
Yeah, I hear you, and that's like, like this I've been doing this stream here since, like, I think like January 11th was like my first one that I ever did. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know how I really kind of got the audience here, how people eventually found me and stuff like that. Um, like originally, like there was nobody watching the first, I don't know, probably easily month or so that I did these trailer park lives, and then eventually, like, there would be one person watching, then a couple people watching, and then I know, like, you were one of the first people that ended up coming up onto some of my live streams and being a regular as well, like you, and actually even Fatal J, and oof. Bringing it up. But anyway, yeah, like you guys were two of the people who were like here like every Friday night, and I'm like, oh, cool, like, hey man, I got these people here, and like you were one of the first people. I don't know, I just kind of started following your channel, kind of for the same thing, because I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm here to oh man, what am I doing here? There we go. Here to see and talk. Like, to this guy, like, I like what he's doing, what he's talking about, and things like that. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily just what you were talking about. Not like the latest clickbait thing. But I think I probably found your channel by way of it was probably a Brie Larson video.
Yeah, I remember when you messaged me on Facebook and we had just first talked. I remember, man. Like we go way back. Yeah, man. I like what you do, man. I mean, I say that all the time, man. It's like you talk about things that you talk about comic books, and I don't like comic books, and I enjoy listening to you talk about the comic books, and I always find something out about characters that I didn't know, especially when it comes to the MCU stuff. So man, yeah, man, I support you, man. I'm here every week, and the morning ones, if I can, I'm here. But if I'm not, I still end up watching it later on in the day or whatever. So I support Second Street Marvel.
Yeah, man, and that's kind of like I used to say. I think I even said that in some of your videos before, like, because I know there for a while you were doing like someone's talking like about like basketball and a couple other sports ones, and I think I even commented in the video like, hey man, like, good video because I mean the video was cool. You know, like I like your point of view on it, and because I don't really watch basketball, I could care less about basketball.
Right.
And it's funny kind of how like the I guess what would that be like the evolution of how we do and everything goes on YouTube is you kind of find what works and I know there for a while I was telling you like it seemed like it took you a while to finally do a live stream, and when you finally did it, everyone's like, "Yay!" and we're sitting there watching your live streams. It's funny, like sometimes they're crazy, like they kind of take on a life of their own once you start doing that. Like you almost
Yeah.
want to do it more, and then I've noticed I found while I used to do this show every single Friday just solo by myself, I kind of started thinking like like I think maybe I need to start bringing some people on. And just like the other day, like Mad Max, I just was happened to talk to him and, brought him on the show. I'm like, well, hell, let's keep it going. And I'm like, you know what, maybe I just need to start doing this on Friday nights, find some different people to reach out to. And, maybe, who knows, maybe they'll eventually just become a couple of regulars and just kind of rotate it out and everything. And that's the thing about these live streams is like, you're just on there being yourself.
And two points. I'll talk about the latest one that you mentioned Mad Max, for example, like, and this is why I like you, because you're not one of those weird YouTubers that's like, hey, I don't like this person, so that means you can't talk to this person. Like, you ain't doing this elementary, middle school, high school stuff. Like, I mean, I don't watch this guy's content, but from what I saw on your channel, it's just like, okay, he's not for me, but I respect that you bringing him on so people can see what he's talking about, whether you agree or disagree with what he's doing. And I mean, that's why I like what you're doing on your channel. And for me, I listen to him. It's like, okay, yeah, he's not for me, but I respect it. I respect what you're doing. I'm not going to be here like, why are you talking to this person? Stop. Like, no,
Right.
no. But like, yeah, as far as the live streams, yeah, like you said, it took me a while to do one. And if I can remember, I didn't want to do it because I just wanted to make sure I had the right setup and stuff. I mean, once I got into it,
Yeah.
I have my moments. It's like, man, I don't want to live stream, but like, I'm enjoying doing the solo thing. I really enjoy it. And then if I want to bring people on, like, I can control everything that's going on as far as the people on there. And I mean, I really enjoy it now. It's just, I really do. But before I did this one, it's just like, man, sometimes I just don't want to do it because, I'm dealing with people I don't particularly mesh with. And it gets to be a drag, and I don't like to do things if I don't like doing it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I totally hear you. And that's the thing is like, for me too. Like, I like to do them solo too, cause like I'm kind of picky about stuff. Like it's got to look good, it's got to sound good. Just kind of like you're saying before you started the live stream. That's what you wanted to do too. You wanted it to look good, and so you're kind of like, oh man, I don't know how it'll be, doing a live stream, bringing somebody on, like how's their camera, how's their sound, and all of that kinds of stuff. And it's like, yeah, well, you just got to roll with it, especially if you have somebody anyway who you think would be a good match to bring on your show. As far as anything, because sometimes it's not always about the equipment; it's about the person behind the equipment too.
Yeah, man. And like you said, I'm very picky too. It's like, man, I don't want, just because you talk to me, just because you subscribe to me, just because you follow me or whatever, it don't give you, permission to be on my live streams. Like, some people, this setup ain't right. Like, I use a professional mic. Some people are talking on their cell phones, and you could barely hear them, or their camera quality is terrible, or they just ain't bringing anything to the table. And I don't want to do live streams with people if I'm carrying the whole conversation, because, to be quite honest with you, I don't like to talk.
I hear you. I hear you. And yeah, and it's kind of nice too, because like you said, like on your one doing one on your own on your channel, you can kind of it's not like control the environment like you're trying to control who you're talking to or anything like that, but it's just like, okay, like I can keep things wrestled in. If I have multiple guests on and things like that, I can keep it reeled in, because I know
Yeah.
like a lot of times, even when we were doing like when we were doing like some Black Guys and a Drunk back in the day, you know, like you'd be on there kind of keeping things reeled in because sometimes things get out of hand pretty quick. You know what I mean? Like some of the guys, you know, just like you know, and but that was the cool thing about that show too. Anyway, when we do it is like a lot of people aren't usually talking over each other. Like occasionally it happens, but sometimes because sometimes when you're watching a live stream, that's like part of like some of like the worst like sorry, is getting on there and like there's
Oh, you
people.
mean like
Ta-
this?
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
People just talking over
You
each
mean
other,
I'm trying to talk?
and because you know, like
Yep.
for
Right.
the
For real.
exactly, because you know, for the people, the people watching, you know, like on their, you probably can't because it probably cancels each other out. Because I've been on live streams where I'm sitting there like there's too many people trying to talk at once here, and it just gets sloppy. And but also I think that's the cool thing about just having a one person on as opposed to multiple personalities because you kind of got to keep everything reeled in at that point, and it's kind of challenging. But you know, I mean, I guess I don't know. It's just something odd. It's something odd. Like, and especially you know what sucks is having when you get somebody on and they have way better camera quality than you.
I think, man, like with live streams, I mean, everybody's guilty over talking over each other at times. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does it. But you got to learn, no one wants to listen to that. Like, do your best to cut it out. I mean, like, even if someone's talking and I accidentally start talking, because I'm listening to what they're saying, and I'm thinking they're done when they pause or they short pause. But I say my bad, go ahead, whatever. But some people they ain't trying to hear that. They need to get out what they need to say, and it's just like, man, no, that's not how it should be, man. Listen to what the people are saying and just relax.
Yeah, yeah. Just like hold up a second, just a couple more seconds, and it'll be all right. You know, you'll be okay. Um, yeah, hey, you guys, I'm not sure if you guys see right there down below us, right there on the screen, you can see, like, there's, I got Patreon supporters. I got a few kick-ass Patreon supporters. You can see all their names down there. They support the channel here if you guys want to. You can go there and become a Patreon supporter. You could actually even send direct donations via Streamlabs. There's a link down there if you guys want to. You don't have to, but hey,
Support the man. He
you
puts out
should.
great content,
You
man. He puts
should.
out plenty of comic book content, man. Support this man's work, or else he will never ever be able to do a YouTube video again.
So, Christy here says, oh no, it's Derek Raju. I thought no, didn't Christy say one over? Okay, I must have just been looking at the picture or something, got it confused. Okay, Derek Raju says not making videos on the same subject over and over again is why I like you, LB, and Second Street Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts. It does hurt. Like people who are smaller channels, but at the end of the day, man, like I don't look at YouTube as a job. This is fun for me. I get to get things off my chest, and I get to interact with a lot of cool people. I enjoy that aspect of it. If it ever becomes like a chore to do things or work, man, I'll stop doing it. Like I'm not. My very first video I did, I said at the beginning, I'm not gonna be that guy that's gonna make Star Wars videos every single day
Right.
and talk about something that is not there. I'm not gonna do it. And when the Brie Larson thing went on, I almost got to that point. But then I sat back. I was like, look, no more. You're turning into one of those YouTubers. Can't do it.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. And yeah, and that's the thing is, sometimes like I said, you got to pick something and you go with it, but you can't, like, for me, like what I want to do, I want to keep it moving. I want to get stuck in one thing. You got to keep it, doing what I kind of started wanting to do and what the channel has kind of become. I got to keep moving on. I can't just stick to one thing. I can't, make a bunch of, Star Wars videos or Captain Marvel videos. Like, I'll make a lot of comic book videos because that's what I talk a lot about here on the channel. But, it's the core of my content. And, but as far as keeping up with other things, I don't want to get myself basically stuck in a rut talking, making one thing like, oh, I'm chasing down these views just for this one thing. Because it was funny. There's this other YouTuber that I follow. I subscribed to his channel, have for quite a while, and I noticed, like, I think I started following him before he was even over 1,000 subscribers, and he does just like a lot of like the clickbait videos out there, Marvel stuff, and he just like his channel started growing. I was like, dang man, like he's doing pretty good, but I noticed like how where it's what it all started. Like he was doing these couple of videos, and then one day he did this one video, and it blew up. And he did one again, like I think was it, I don't know, I think like maybe that same day or maybe the next day, and it was another, once again another one that just like blew up. And then you could see like he kind of went overboard and started doing, doing like the same thing, just trying to repeat the pattern, and it's like you can't quite do that, like. And even I knew that back then, but it's like you could see like they was like chasing that high, because like all of his videos were like this, and they, like the tags on it and all that kinds of stuff, and just the videos, the titles, the way they were titled, just like, just trying to find out what was it about those videos.
Yeah. It, YouTube, that YouTube algorithm will poison you.
Right, right. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's I mean, even I kind of do the same thing, because I found like I said, my local comic book shop, I get some books so I can do reviews on and everything. I get my reviews done early so I can have them posted like that night, like the day, like the morning that the books are coming out. Like nobody else has read them, but people on YouTube are still searching for those reviews. So I do drop the reviews early. Like it would probably be premiering here in about an hour or two.
Yeah.
On my channel, because being the first, like trying to get the books that everybody's looking for. And sometimes it comes unlikely, because I was finding like the X-Men titles were doing good, like the House of X and Powers of X, and I was like, oh, I need to keep doing those. And so I was doing those, but luckily there's a new issue every week, so it's not the exact same thing. But people are still looking for that. And then I did one just the other week on, I think it was Marvel Zombies Resurrection, and like it got, like, I mean, it shot up that night too, like all out of nowhere. I'm like, man, I didn't think that many people would be searching for this. So I think you kind of gotta, I don't know, keep it loose and just try different things.
You're doing the right thing, because, like you said, you're reviewing comic books, and there's new issues that come out every week. So it's not like you're making the same video compared to, let's say, for example, some stupid rumor that Jon Favreau is going to be running Lucasfilm. Everyone's making videos about that. Then they're making videos about Kathleen Kennedy's realize she's failed and she's going to quit. Stuff like that. It's just like, man, you're making nothing out of nothing. So you're doing the right thing, and I'm glad you're getting success out of reviewing these comic books and stuff. I mean, because you do a great job.
Thank you, thank you. And I've been, you always try to get better, and that's what I've constantly doing, is trying to get better at them. And I noticed, I think like at one point I was kind of like, when I would sit down to do a review, I mean, I think they were probably shorter, but I was cutting them a lot, doing a lot of edits and all this kinds of stuff. And then I figured, like, you know what, I need to get better at this. Just talk about the comic book, just and just the same thing is kind of with the live streaming. And I think that's, at some point, it all kind of crosses over and plays,
Yeah.
affects each other, because I noticed, started doing the comic book reviews, like it would get easier to do, but also just like kind of thinking how to break them down and review them too. Also, you get better at it too, and sometimes you want to talk more, or sometimes less.
Yeah, I think live streams definitely help, especially when you're reviewing stuff, man. Because when you end up cutting and pasting too much stuff in and out, man, it just takes longer to get the video out. And you want to do your best job, but you don't want to spend so much time editing a video, man. Because you could be doing something else. But yeah, live streams definitely help. It's helped me. I'll tell you that much. I mean, a lot of my videos, I'm talking like straight through it now, and I'm just not cutting and re-recording, none of that stuff. I'm just going straight through now, so it's helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And I think again, a lot of that comes down to just getting used to doing it, and making a particular video and knowing what you want to talk about. And I don't know, I guess getting more, it's experience. You know what I mean? It's experience. And I think a lot of people, that's something, like I always, like I used to work in corporate America, and that was one of the things I do. I talk a lot about that stuff here on my channel sometimes, like here on the Trailer Park Live, is like the leadership and teamwork and those kinds of things. And one of the things, like, I would be at work constantly telling people is like, you got like things that people get tired of doing. That's telling people, like, over and over, you got to do these things over and over. You got to go tell them over and over exactly how to do it right, how to do it efficiently, because just like a sports star, you're not just good at basketball. You're out there, you got to run drills every day, you got to do this every day. And really, I guess when it comes to making content, it's much the same thing.
Absolutely, you're 100% right. Just like learning to walk, learning to crawl. You gotta practice. I mean, some still can't learn to walk. Some can't walk. Some can't crawl. Weird
Yeah.
people out there.
Yeah, lots of weird people out there, man. Lots of weird people out there. So, did you get a chance to? I know I didn't actually get. I don't think I got a chance to watch your review of the Mandalorian. But in case you guys aren't subscribed to LB, you should go check out his channel. Go check out his review. He did a live stream. But yeah, I didn't get to check it out. I didn't get to check that stream out. So, what did you think about it?
Man, I loved it. I really enjoyed it, man. Definitely my favorite episode out of the three. And I said this on my live stream, and it's crazy that for me, we've had 4 Disney Star Wars movies. I've only seen 3 of them. I haven't seen Solo yet. But out of those 3 movies I've seen, I have no attachment to any of the characters. But with The Mandalorian, 3 episodes ranging from 25 to 40 minutes, I'm heavily invested in the Baby Yoda.
Right.
So, I mean, that says a lot. I mean, that says a lot about what's going on at Lucasfilm, man. But, like, man, I was watching that episode, clenching my fists, yelling at Mando, man. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Baby Yoda had the eyes in the screen, looking sad. I was invested. And, man, like, I'm glad Baby Yoda made it out, man. I'm glad he did.
Yeah, it was definitely a great episode, but I was thinking about it afterward. Like I know a lot of people were disappointed about the fact that the episodes were only 30 minutes long instead of 45 minutes long or an hour long. I kind of like the 30-minute format myself. What about you?
For me, I don't mind it at all. Whatever you need to tell the story the best way possible. Like, for example, last night's episode was about 31 minutes. Now, if they would have made it into an hour, what could they add into it? I mean, people would have complained about the pacing was slow, it was filler, it dragged. I mean, they did that with the first episode, and that was 40-something minutes.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't mind the time at all. Tell the story the best way that you feel. Don't feel the need to be restricted to what the internet is telling you as far as what you need to do with your product.
Right. Yeah. And I agree with that too. Because like I said, I think the half hours they work out good. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's just about perfect. And I think that's one of the things that the first episode suffered for. Because I feel that the pacing of that I think overall the pacing of that first episode kind of I was talking about this morning too. I think the pacing of that movie has kind of messed up episodes 2 and 3 altogether because of it. I think the episode 1 should have ended a little bit sooner, like maybe as soon as the shootout was getting ready to start, or right as soon as it started. And then that's where episode 2 should have picked up. I mean, they still ended it on a good part, but I don't know, overall I think after seeing all 3 of these episodes, I think that one really kind of had a big effect on the series. I mean, not that it's bad, but it's kind of made everything, I don't know, like I said, it makes the pacing of all of it all together now, because if you think about it, we're basically already past the first act of what would be a movie in all these episodes.
Right. Because how many episodes is it? 6 or 8?
8.
Okay. So we're almost at the halfway point. I agree. Like, for me, the first episode, I feel like they could have shortened the whole scene when he got to the planet and was dealing with that not rhino, whatever that thing he was riding in the first scene, that spaghetti western part. They could have cut that down. But, man, like, I feel like too many people are just conditioned to expecting hour-long TV shows. But, like, to be quite honest with you, the TV shows aren't really an hour. They're always around 40-something minutes.
Right. Yeah, especially if you add in commercials.
Yeah. I mean, so it's just like, man, stop nitpicking. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, and like you said, I think it's pointless to make a longer TV show just to make a longer TV show.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it too, is like with this service. I mean, who's to say that they have to make each episode exactly 30 minutes or
Right.
45 minutes? Like they can make it if it's 35 minutes long, it's 35 minutes long. If it's 42, it's 42. If it's 52, whatever, as long as it's as long as it needs to be and no longer. Cuz I think that'd be a bad thing too.
I'm enjoying the fact that there's mystery behind what the titles of the episodes are, how long the episodes are going to be. Like, I'm enjoying that, you know. So I don't have a problem with it. And not only that, the shorter episodes, you get to put more of the budget into the episode. You got more budget to spend on these episodes because they're shorter. So, no complaints here, my man.
Yeah, I've like I said, I've enjoyed it so far, and I don't mind the 30-minute episodes. Okay, now speaking of this third episode, the title of it is The Sin, right?
Hmm.
What do you think the sin means? What do you think it stands for?
I haven't really thought about that, but now that you just mentioned it, I think the fact that him as a Mandalorian basically broke the code of what he was supposed to do. And I mean, he went back to go save Baby Yoda. You know that's not what they're supposed to do. He's supposed to do the job and move on. So you know he caught feelings. He, he, he was acting like Anakin Skywalker a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and see, for me, like, because I was in another live chat while I was at one of the places where I was working at, and I was sitting there during this live stream, and I asked somebody, I just asked in the chat that I'm like, what do you think the sin stands for? And somebody was like, oh, because he, oh God, what was it like? Because he went and took the kid in for the bounty or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like for me,
I
I
wouldn't say it's a sin.
yeah, well, to me the thing is I was thinking I bet you for me what I think the sin stands for is I think because he's a bounty hunter. For one, I mean you shouldn't be dealing in like with children in the first place, and I think he kind of felt that way when he went to pick up the bounty in the first place because you've seen even the way he looked at the baby Yoda there when he was picking him up. He's like you could tell like even through the mask it seemed like you could tell him like he was kind of like shit.
Good point.
Like I kind of felt like he had that feeling like he's like shit like I can't do this. This is a fucking baby, you know what I mean? Like it's a kid. And I think okay, I think it goes from that like okay, he went and he got the bounty. He went and he collected the reward and then he went back and picked up the bounty even though knowing he got his reward for it and everything, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because like to me I think that would be breaking some sort of code. Like oh okay, like I could just go back and say like you know what, fuck your bounty, here you go, and not turn it in and just do the right thing instead of going in and turning it in and getting your shit and then going back and doing the right thing later.
Right.
To me, I think that's what it is, more so than just the fact that he took the baby there to him, knowing that they were going to do possibly do harm to the baby.
I mean, you make a great point of view with that. I mean, I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, you put some knowledge into my head, and that's the beauty about like Star Wars for me. I'm a fan. I'm not a lifelong fan. I became a fan after episode one, between episode one and two, and big fan of the Clone Wars, but there's so much like details that go into the Star Wars lore and stuff. So it's like I forget a lot of stuff, and I also miss Easter eggs. So like when I do the live streams, when I'm talking, people in the chat like remind me of stuff or say stuff happened. It's like, oh wow, now I remember. Oh, that makes a good point. So it's like I'm enjoying talking about the Mandalorian because Star Wars fans are actually being positive. Well, a lot of them, not all of them, are being positive, and we can talk about something that we enjoy, and you learn new things and get put up on theories and stuff like you just mentioned. So it's pretty cool to me, man.
Yeah, and yeah, like I think overall, I mean, if there's anybody out there that could be dissatisfied with it, man, they really have a stick up their ass because this series so far has been good. I mean, it's been great. I mean, especially after this third episode, like I say, this is pretty great. You know what I mean? Like this is great. Now, could it be better? Yeah, because like I said, that first episode, man, I think looking back at seeing the past two episodes compared to that first episode, like it's just there's just like such a huge difference, just a huge difference in it, and it's not just because of the action that happened in this episode. I mean, there's that was some pretty cool stuff as well. And there's something else I haven't really noticed a whole lot of people talking about too is like the like how they did the foreshadowing with when the Mandalorian shot him. He didn't kill he didn't shoot him to kill him. There at the end, the Carl Weathers character.
Oh, you think so?
Oh yeah, I don't think he shot him.
Okay.
I don't think he shot at him to kill him because they made it a point when they showed him in there collecting the money on his bounty and everything, or like later when he went to see him. And they made a point to show him him opening his jacket up and showing the bars and stuffing him back in his shirt. I mean, they made it a point to do that, and then all of a sudden. Later, he's getting up and he's checking his armor out and he's like, oh, it hit me there. Like, yeah, he's probably sitting there like, he knew that he shot him there. I guarantee he did. I don't think it was an accident. What do you think?
Okay. I didn't notice that. I mean, when I did the stream, I asked, I was like, okay. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something in relation to that. Was like, did he shoot him by accident or something? Did he like mess with the pocket early on in the episode? Because he's a Mandalorian. You would think he'd be more accurate than. So yeah, put me on to something else, man. That's why I like you, man.
Yeah, and it's just some of the things that I noticed, man. I don't know. Like I said, I think just because they're doing that good of a job in this show and all that stuff, and yeah, definitely. I can't remember who the lady was who that directed this episode.
Deborah Chow.
Yeah, Deborah Chow. She did a pretty damn good job here, and apparently she's supposed to be going on to do the
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan series. So it's a good start.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, you know how they do on social media. I saw everybody not everybody, Twitter was praising her. Like, I know they did that whole thing on purpose because when I looked at the moment thing, it wasn't that many people tweeting about it, but they made it sure that was on the screen praising Deborah Chow. And it's like, to me, with TV shows, it's not easy to find out, like, people. It's not easy to tell the difference between directors unless you know that person. Like, say if Quentin Tarantino guest directed an episode of The Mandalorian, like, you would know. But a lot of these TV directors, like, to me, they don't have a distinctive style to say, oh my goodness, like, she did an amazing job compared to what this person did.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it as far as TV directors? Like,
I would say,
do you know the difference between them?
No, actually, because a lot of times, like when it comes to a TV show, I'm not really there worried about the director. Just worried about, and really, I guess that could be part of it too, where you see some of the shows where like maybe the feeling is different and things like that. Because I've noticed that in certain shows too as well. Because like Friends, I've watched every single one. I've watched every single one of those episodes that they ever did, and I definitely started. You could start noticing the differences in some of it too when you get, I don't know, maybe new directors or beginning or better ones or worse ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's definitely ways you can tell, and I think actually all three of these episodes that we have of The Mandalorian so far definitely, I mean, they speak to that to a T, because I think each one of these movie or one of these episodes all has kind of a different feel to it. They're like I said, even the pacing is a little bit different. Just, I don't know, just a lot of different things. You can tell there's definitely three different people that directed all of these, each one of these different episodes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was wondering that earlier when I saw those tweets and that. So I just had to get an opinion from somebody that I respect. So that was my question.
Yeah, and again, not like, I mean, like, I don't know, like all of them are, not in every case would I probably ever notice the difference. I just noticed with this series, I've definitely noticed the difference in each episode, and maybe it's probably because maybe everybody's so being hyper aware of everything, and we're just so excited, and noticing those differences, because like that first episode, I mean, it definitely had some of those issues that like with the pacing and some of those kinds of things. Like it felt like it was longer than it needed to be for what was being done on screen.
Yeah, I mean, I give the first episode a pass because it's the first episode of a new series. So A lot of people just being hard on it, man. Because a lot of pilot episodes of TV shows ain't that great.
Right. Okay, so let's get back here in the chat here. Let's see who all we got. Who all we got in here? Oh, Curtis YZ. We got Curtis YZ. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We also got Sith Lord. Welcome. Aggressively relaxing. Aggressively relaxing says says looks looks like it left folk wanting more, so it must be the right length. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like I said, for me, the first episode, it was longer than it needed to be, or maybe it just, like I said, just the pacing of that first episode. But I feel like it should have ended earlier, like maybe right at the beginning of that firefight, and then picked up from there. But I mean, hey, it worked out either way. It's working out in their favor. So who am I to say? I'm not a producer or director. Well, but I guess I am. I guess I am really. Think about it.
You produce content. You're a
Yeah.
producer.
We all do. We're all producers. Let's see. Curtis YZ says, it is the sins of our fathers type of thing. Since he was torn from his family tried to protect, versus his willing to give over his baby, his Yoda baby. Right? Yeah. I think for me it's just kind of like I think he broke a code there. I think he broke a code. It was cool too seeing the Mandalorians all show up there at the end. They all drop in and they're all like kicking ass and everything. That was some pretty cool shit right there.
Yeah, so why you did what? You know what that reminded me of? Like the third act of Iron Man 3, when all the Iron Legion came rolling down.
Yeah,
I was
definitely. and then even there at the very end too. At the very end when the Mandalorian came flying by the little ship.
Yeah. And he's like, I gotta get me one of those. I'm like, bruh, you know, did we talk about the dialogue? I think we talked about it on the live stream. We might have. And it's like, that wasn't needed. He could have just nodded back at him again and it went off. But they had to put that cheesy line in it.
Yeah, he goes from like the first episode, like hardly saying anything, to all of a sudden he's cracking jokes over here.
Yeah. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if he didn't do that.
You know what? He's got that Thor arc going on right now. You know, like, all three of the Thor movies, by the time you get to Thor Ragnarok, he's open and joking and everything, The first one, he's all kind of serious. The second one, he's all just kind of like, well, trying to be serious, but like, I don't know. That was it's like the same transition.
They trying the Marvel thing, man.
Oh man, but let's see what else we got. Who else we got here in the live chats? We got Mad Squirrel Hill. Thank you so much for being here. Blaster Stash at Comics comic book review show. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Aggressively Relaxing says Rebels made Return of the Jedi better. It has one of the greatest lightsaber fights ever. Sabine is still the best Mando, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is the greatest Jedi to ever live. I've never seen it. I honestly don't know about that. I can't back that up.
Rebels was trash, man.
I haven't ever seen it. Snowdub Music and Entertainment says, but the giving Baby Yoda back, Yoda the ball back was a nice touch. Yeah. when he hands it back to him, like, there you go. Yeah, that's kind of funny because everybody keeps saying this is a 50-year-old person. This isn't a baby, but he's still playing with little toys like he's a baby.
Hey, there's some 50-year-olds that act like babies. There are adults that act like babies.
You know what's funny is I was actually talking to somebody about that at work today, and he was sitting there like talking because I was like, I don't know what brought it up about Disney Plus and the Mandalorian, but he started talking about it, and the way he was talking and everything, I was getting ready to ask him. I was gonna say like, Are you a member of the Fandom Menace? Because you sound like a Fandom Menace, sir. And I was gonna ask him if he even knew anything about it, and but I was like, I won't even ask him. But yeah, like he was all like kind of like getting all like all serious about it and everything, talking about the Star Wars. I'm like, all right, man. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny.
I got levels to this. Like, man, I'm a fan of the MCU and Star Wars. We could talk about it all day, but look, man, don't get to that level where it gets creepy.
Yeah.
Like, don't make me have to tell you to stop and leave.
Yeah, I just thought it was so funny because I'm like, man, like this dude, he like you could tell he was one of those nerds too. Like he was pretty upset. He was pretty upset, and I'm like, all right, man, like I get it. I'm not gonna, somebody upset about their, their favorite stuff. Hey, I get it, man. I love this stuff too, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm not that big of a fan. Maybe I just don't like stuff that much. Maybe I just don't
Man,
like stuff that much to be upset
when
about it.
when 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 you talk to me about an extra in some random Star Wars movie, you're upset that they didn't get showed in this movie or this scene, then we got a problem.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Oh man. So anyway, yeah. What have you been having going on, man? I've seen you dropping a political debate video. I didn't get a chance to watch that.
No, man, I watched the debate, man. I just had to get some stuff off my chest, man. So I went and live streamed and talked about it. So, but I deleted it because I was only keeping it up for a few hours. And Christy said, I don't know if Christy's still here, but she said that she wanted to watch it, but she was at work. So I just left it up so she could watch it. Otherwise, I would have deleted it as soon as it was over. But yeah, I just had to get some things off my chest a bit. You know, I've made a couple political videos. I mean, it's not that deep. I'm just talking about the same stuff I usually talk about. If I see something in the media that's funny or they're being hypocritical about something in politics, I talk about it. But it's not like I'm making videos talking about policies and trying to convince you to be a Democrat or a Republican or independent or libertarian. It ain't none of that. It's the same old content I make on my channel. So I've been testing it out, but I've noticed that they're very hard to break through in like the YouTube stuff because they have all the corporate news companies that drown you out. So it's
Right.
very tough.
Yeah, and plus, probably lose subscribers from them sometimes though too. I'm sure.
I've lost a few, but I've gained some. So it's not like it's like a wash. So to me, it's like, man,
Lose
I
three,
don't
gain
care if I
10.
lose subscribers. It just lets me know that you can't handle a lonely man speaking his truths, not well his opinion.
Right. Yeah, and that's something I was saying. I was saying I can't remember if it, maybe it was when Max was on. We were talking just about some of that stuff too. You like if like something happens, like because you said something on in another stream somewhere, or in one of your videos, you lose a handful of subscribers. Hey man, like. Those people you probably didn't want around anyway. You know what I mean? Like they weren't really there, to see what you're talking about anyway. If they got such if their skin is so thin they can't even handle you just talking about something in a video.
Yeah, man, like it's really not a big deal to me. I know some people lose their minds because they lose a subscriber, but it's just like it's whatever. You don't need them.
Yeah, and it's funny too because like I'm part of this on Facebook. I'm part of this group that I don't know, this small YouTubers group, and people are in there. They're in there trying to help each other out, grow their channels and things like that, and just different advice. But you see people in there, they're like oh, like I. I got somebody left me this really bad comment, and they'll post a screenshot of it. Maybe bleep out some of the words or something, and how they feel about it, and they're like all down and sad about it and shit. And I'm just sitting there like, like
Man,
it's just a comment.
man, I know everybody is not the same, but it's like, and people get upset when they get a dislike. They get upset when they get a comment that don't praise them. They get upset when people unsubscribe. It's just like, man, unless you drop a video and you lose like hundreds of subscribers or something, like you don't have anything to worry about. Like I tell people who lose subscribers all the time, look at your analytics. It will tell you how these people unsubscribe. It's whether some people could just have deleted their account, inactive accounts. It doesn't necessarily mean they unsubscribe from your video.
Right.
You got to look at these things like, but people, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't care. I just don't.
Yeah, to me it's just funny. It's like God, like like in case you can't see that comment, it's just somebody just trolling you. They're just being a
Yeah,
troll. Like you don't have to look into it. It's okay. You'll be all right.
man. In my live stream last night, the Mandalorian one, somebody came in just to tell me I sound like a 12-year-old. Okay, I acknowledge him. I'm like, cool. I hope you stay and listen to this 12-year-old, buddy.
Yeah, like, and
It's
I,
just
don't-
like, man,
I,
these people, man, these people.
yeah, and
It's like,
I
man,
don't get what it is. I don't get it.
people just ain't got nothing better to do. You pop in live streams and insult people. Like, what does it say about you, homie?
Right. Yeah, and it's so weird because, like I said, people are, I don't know, like, people are so weird online. Like, you can tell when somebody's just trolling, just giving you a hard time or whatnot. But like some of these comments you can read, and you're like, man, you're really putting some thought into this. You're really putting some thought and ingenuity here. Like, you're taking it to a new level.
Yeah,
Um, it's so weird, and like I noticed, like people like. I don't know. They're so sensitive to it, yet they feed into it so much at the same time.
yeah, man. It's just you can't take, like, for example, somebody commented on a video that I made from January. He puts in a bunch of clown emojis and said, "There's still time to delete this." I just responded and told him, like, look, y'all come into this video every single week. It's a football video. You come here every single week to let me know how this football player is doing. You're not doing anything wrong except for making me more income. Come every week and diss me. I don't care. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not deleting this video as long as you keep coming every single week to let me know I'm a clown. I'll keep on doing these videos.
Right. Yeah,
I swear, man.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah,
It is, man. I mean, I love it, man. I love getting these comments that try to insult me. I love getting the negative comments. I enjoy it, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's like a rush to me.
right. Well, and to me, like I kind of ended up on YouTube that way because like I was on Facebook, and that was before I ever got on Twitter. Like I had heard it. Ooh, I never really got on. I never really got on Twitter or anything. But I was on Facebook. I'm like, man, some of these people are so damn sensitive, and like they're talking like, I mean, not that I'm talking about anything cool or important, but like sometimes people say the stupidest shit. Like you have like, and like I've got like just so many people there were like, you say the funny, like the slightest thing, being funny or anything, make a little joke, and people get all sensitive, like they just, I don't know, they just get out of hand, being hurt by your words, or taking offense to them. It's like, where where does this come from?
What does your man Young Ripper call it? Monetize the haters.
Yeah, monetize your haters.
I promise you, if I ever get to a level where I have like over 10,000 subscribers or whatever, and like I could just drop a random video and get like at least 1,000 views, I'm going to start doing that.
Right. And it's funny too, because like I feel like I've got a friend on Facebook, and I keep telling her, I'm like, you need to make a YouTube channel, because like sometimes I'll go to her Facebook page, and it's so funny because she usually ends up tagging me if I haven't already checked it out. But like she'll just like share like a meme or some shit, and like there'll be a couple comments. The next thing you know, one person makes a comment on there, and it's got like fucking 80 and 100 plus comments, sub comments to it, with two people just like at each other's throats over one stupid fucking comment. And like the first person was just kidding. Like you could tell they were totally just kidding. And
Yeah.
like it just goes from there, and then they just start digging into each other, and and I'm just sitting there like, and you know what? I read every single one of those goddamn comments because it fucking kills me laughing, and I'm like, like, are you people? And you can tell they're serious. They're just going back and forth, and like I said, sometimes she'll tag me and just like, well, like, what even started this?
Like some people just complain and argue so much they don't even know.
Right.
Yeah, you should make a YouTube video, man. Like for me, man, I I know how to get to people. I do. I really do. I know what to say, and it's just so much fun, man. People, and it's just crazy how people just get upset. Like I don't be disrespecting anybody. Like I just talk. I talk in my regular voice, speak my opinion, say my thoughts. I'm upfront. I'm not sugarcoating anything, and some people just can't handle that.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, it's so crazy. Like, and that's like I said, that's how I ended up here on YouTube. And then you get here and it's like, it's kind of the same thing. But at least like here you get to do videos. You can see somebody's face. Like it's not just through type. That's one of the things I don't like these days is everything's done through type, and people are just so sensitive to everything that they hear that they read typed. Like typed messaging is just like the worst way to communicate. And maybe it's just because like letters were fine, back in the day you send a letter in the mail, that was cool, but like, man, this type text stuff, man, this shit don't work. This instant messaging, it's not good.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, like I don't like talking to people. I don't want to. I'd rather be by myself. But for like with certain things, for me, I know how I write compared to how I talk. And like people in real life that know me, they get it mixed up for some reason. Like they know how my personality is, but for some reason when my words it just insults them and hurts their feelings. And that's why for certain things, and that's why YouTube's good for me because you'll see me on the camera, you see my face, you see me, you hear me talking, so you know how I am. But for some reason, these people that they don't understand, like I'm like joking and laughing in my videos. There is nothing here to be getting upset at me about.
Yeah, it's crazy, and again that's one of the things I just hate about like the typed communication these days. It's like every single like you write something like, and that's why like a lot of the times like I don't like to use like emojis in times when I'm being serious or anything like that. Or it's sometimes when I'm in live streams, I use those. I use them there, but a lot of times like I don't really like doing it because somebody will think like, like what's that laughy face? Are you joking or are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at? Why are you laughing at me for? Like what did you mean by that? What did you mean by that?
Well, just be happy they don't send you the eggplant with water emojis, okay? You got a first time person in your stream. Too many comics.
Let's see. Too Many Comics says, "Hey, all, first time on the stream." Well, thank you so much for being here, Too Many Comics. And again, I hope you're all doing good. Well, I see Führer Freezy has come into the live stream as well. The Senate still here. Looks like we got Curtis YZ, Mad Squirrel, everybody here and holding it down. Hope you're all having a good night. And again, guys, see those names down there? Those are our Patreon supporters. They're awesome people. You can become a Patreon supporter here and support the content that we do here on the channel. It'd be great. Just $1. Come on, it's just $1. It's just $1, $1 a month. And I don't know, it'll help me improve my content here at some point once I get enough money, because I'm gonna gotta get the green screen still, and then after that I've got to get some capture cards and everything so I can get my nice camera and everything hooked up here. Because guys, I'm not rich, man. I'm not rich. I run my own business. You know what I do? This is what I do. I sell nuts. You see these are my nuts right there. They're in a gift basket. You can order some of these gift baskets if you'd like to. You could have them shipped to one of your loved ones across the United States. There's links down in the description. The Peanut Peddler. Go check it out, guys. Man, that was like a shameless plug, I think.
Man, let me tell you. So I'm watching the YouTube stream, and when you said I have nuts and you're pointing down, I'm like, okay, where are your nuts?
They're everywhere.
I'm just, that ain't sound right, man. It's why, man, I like streaming with you, man. Like, I generally, authentically, for real, 100% like streaming with you, talk with you, man. Because I feel like you get me. We talk, have conversations, man. We talk about things. If there's issues, we talk about it, whatever, and we don't sugarcoat nothing. We don't sit here. Well, I don't think I can say that because I don't want to upset this person. It's just whatever, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, when I saying stuff, I'm not saying stuff to upset anybody. I'm not taking shots at anybody. Even if I say something that like might be applying to you, you feel like it might apply to you. Like I'm not taking a shot. Like I would tell you if there was like an actual problem, if I had an issue, I would let you know.
Don't do that. Don't do that. They might unsubscribe from you and unfollow you. I'm just saying.
They very well could. But yeah, and that's the thing is like, I don't know, man. It's just how this world is. But yeah, man, it's always fun being with you on the live streams and everything, man. Doing stuff, definitely missed on that old show, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm not trying to stroke my own ego because I do live in the cave, so there's no ego to be stroking. But I get told that a whole lot of times, man. I get told that a whole lot of times. But hey, it is what I mean. I don't know why people say that because like this, when during the stream, there was times I'll just sit there and say absolutely nothing.
Right.
I guess they like looking at my facial reactions to people just talking, and talking more.
Could very well be. Could very well be. But yeah, no, it's always fun. And yeah, like I said, I mean, to me, I think it's because like, you if you're on enough of my live streams, you see enough of my content, you can tell like I'm not. I'm not faking anything,
Yeah,
I have no reason to. And I've talked about that numerous times. Like I have no reason to lie about anything. I have no reason to exaggerate anything. If you see me kicking and yelling and screaming about a comic book or about ranting and raving about something else, you know what? It's because I feel pissed off about it, and I'm just in the heat of the moment. It just happens, and you can tell that when I do it, I'm not faking it. It's not an act. It just happens. Where some
yeah,
people you see out there, it's like, oh no, like this just don't feel genuine.
yeah. I mean, you got an issue, get on YouTube, let it out, and move on.
Right, right. And yeah, and like I said, I just like for the most part, like, and that's one of the reasons like I started my channel. I started my channel out of because I loved the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I wanted to share my theories on it, and then I started getting more into comics, and I wanted to share my love of that. I love movies. I want to share my love of that, and that was something I've talked about here on the channel too. Is like I'm not here to. I don't want to hate on anything. When there's something I don't like, I'll do it like here on a live stream like this, where it's not because I don't want my regular content like my regular videos or anything that I'm shooting out there. I don't want them to like even when there's a comic book I don't like. I don't want somebody. I'm trying to get people into reading comic books, into watching these certain kinds of movies and stuff like that. So to me, it seems pointless for me in a regular video to even when there's something I don't like to just call it outright, unless there's something I just really dislike about it and has to be said in a video as opposed to something you could easily do in a live stream.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way now. Like if something upsets me about a movie, just do a live stream and you could sit there and you communicate with your fans, your subscribers or whatever, and you don't got to worry about I got to do this right, I got to do this. Just get on the stream and let it all out and move on.
Right. Yeah. And that's the nice thing, and I think a lot of times, like, I don't know, I think for the most part people can tell I'm keeping it real. Shit, I have no reason to fake shit. People see my kids on screen, like I'm pretty much an open book. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really put on any kind of real persona. I guess like I just be myself, and I guess that's kind of always worked out for me.
yeah. I mean, I say it all the time. Like the real will always outlast the fake, man. It's like if you're doing YouTube and like I'm not talking about a personality that you put on like for your videos, but if you're acting like someone you're not, it's not gonna last. Like people will figure you out because you're doing YouTube videos. You can't pretend forever.
Right, right. You got to be a damn good actor.
Yeah, and looking at a lot of these videos, you're not. Cause
Yeah,
like straight up, like once that gimmick runs dry, like what else you got? You know?
yeah.
So
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, and I've talked about that a lot too. Is, like there's enough hate out there in the world, man. I don't need to put more of that shit out there. I don't need to do all that. I mean, I could easily do that. But I think even like when you see me on my videos, even when you can see me clearly, visibly, a lot of times I'm not even upset about something. I'm just there's just something I feel really passionate about something,
yeah,
and even then you can tell like I'm not faking it. I'm not trying to be negative, and I'm not I don't know. I just there's a difference. You can tell it's genuine, and it's not me trying to
yeah,
just be a dick and just be an asshole just to be an asshole.
exactly. Like I'm just sitting here thinking like for me, if I don't like something and I'm just making videos and being fake mad on the video, I mean that's not my personality in real life. Like I don't get mad about a movie being bad. Like say for example, when I went to see Captain Marvel. like I wasn't happy with what was going on, but I wasn't finna come here and say, "Ah, Captain Marvel, I hate this movie, Captain Marvel, die Marvel, Marvel is woke." Like, no, not gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it just gets ridiculous. Um and like I said, I get it, like people I don't know, man, people are just weird. People are just weird
Yeah,
like that. And you know what? Sometimes it's that weirdness and that uniqueness that I like though. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Sometimes like you were saying, like Mad Max. You've seen him on the show, and you're like, man, not really a fan of the guy. But like I watch his show, and I'm like, hey, I like his show. I like his content. I like what he does. I watch. There's so many other people that I watch their content. I'm like, hey, you know what? Like I actually I like their content. Where somebody else might look at it and be either pissed off about what they're talking about, or just anything like that. And I think that's the cool thing about being here on YouTube too. There's so many much different content you can go out there and check out. And it seems like everybody kind of starts, I don't know, like it seems like it's such a huge world, but it's like such a small world at the same time.
yeah. I mean, I just want to clarify something. Like, even though I'm on your channel, some people might be watching. They've never seen me ever in life. So it's like for when I said about Mad Max earlier, for me personally, it's like, look, if you're going if what you're doing is calling out other people, I feel like you shouldn't hide behind the mask. That's just me personally. Like, I'm not saying this is not what you should do. I just feel like if you're going to call people out, you need to show your face and do that. Because to me, like, you're calling people out that's showing their faces on camera. They can't see you. They don't know who you are. So that's an unfair advantage to me. But, for those that are new to seeing my face here, like, yeah, that's me. Like, I'm honest. I speak my mind. I don't have any problems with anybody on YouTube. But if I see foolishness from people, what they're doing, anyway, I'm gonna call it out and speak my mind and move on. It is what it is. People need to hear honesty. If they don't hear the truth, they'll just continue living on in this fantasy world that is YouTube.
Yeah, and and again, I think it's all an approach to, and a lot of times people take things the wrong way anyway. But I mean, and sometimes I think people get sensitive and hurt by that too. It's like like not everybody's content is for everybody. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to like my content, and if you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe. Like it's not a big deal. Like nobody's gonna be in their feelings about it. Like it's all good. Like we don't have to be jerks to each other about it just because you don't like
Yeah,
my channel. I'm not gonna be mad if you don't like my channel. Just you say like, yeah, but you know what, your content sucks. I don't like it. I'm unsubscribed. I'm like, okay, cool. But
exactly, man. Like, I think the sooner people realize that, especially ones that do YouTube, is like everybody is not going to like what you do. The sooner you
right,
realize that,
right,
the better. I know this. Everybody's not going to like me. Everyone's not going to like my style. But I know that. I'm fine with that. It's just like real life. I tell people this all the time. Like I really tell this to every single person. I'm like, you are not going to like me as a person the first time you meet me, because I'm not going to talk to you. Like, it'll take me a while to warm up to you. And I mean, it is what it is. You just got to learn that. And I mean, I tell that to people in videos. It's like, look, you're going to jump in these comments and call me this because you don't like to hear what a black man has to say about this kind of thing.
yeah,
But I'm cool with it, man. I respect everybody's hustle, man. Regardless, I'm no hater. I want everybody to succeed in life,
yeah.
But
And that's the thing too. Exactly like you're saying. I'm not trying to. Somebody got their own thing. They got their little hustle, whatever. Doing. Hey, I'm not hating on you. Found it. You found a gimmick that works, and you ran with it, and you do what you got to do. I mean, I think that's kind of what everybody does. I mean, at some point, so you just go with it. And hey, I'm not hating on anybody. Just because I don't like their content doesn't mean I'm gonna hate on them for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, man. And then there's, like I said, there's so much different content out there to choose from. And like I said, me, I like a mix of a lot of it. There's just certain ones that I just don't like. Like it's like too much of. And I've kind of eventually go through different channels, find what you like, what you don't like. Who like if there's a channel out there that like I like some of their content, I'll just drop in and check on them every now and again, as opposed to having them being subscribed and all that stuff, because it's like, oh man, like it gets to be a bit old, especially because some channels, man, like sometimes I feel like I put out too much content, and I probably do. I probably need to unlist my live videos like everybody does. The cool thing, but that's all my watch
Yeah.
time. That's all my
Um.
watch time.
Yes. So 2 points. When you mentioned the live stream, I'm thinking about doing that myself. Like when I get more lonely with friends episodes, I'll probably start unlisting them or even deleting them. And then, like you mentioned about being subscribed, not being subscribed to people, like there's a lot of people I watch, but I'm not subscribed to them because they put out a lot of videos I don't watch. So it's like for me, as a content creator, I know how the statistics go. So it's like I'm not going to subscribe to this person to hurt their numbers if I'm not watching their content. So I'd
Right.
rather check in every now and then and see what new and then put it to my watch later list and watch it that way. That helps. I mean that helps them better than having a subscriber that is only watching.
A dead subscriber.
Yeah, a dead subscriber. It's way
Yeah.
better than that.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, and that's the thing, I mean, obviously we're all trying to get subscribers out there and everything, but yeah, and that's the hardest thing, is actually getting an engaged audience, because like I know I have people who are friends, who came here and subscribed and everything. Maybe they see me talking about it on Facebook or something. I'm telling them like, hey, get over there, give me some subscribers, and they're like, oh hey, like the point is to watch the content, and I say that in the videos, when I'll be up there on Facebook and stuff too, but like they'll just come, and just subscribe, and it's like, hey, I mean, I guess at least they tried, but come on, like, so occasionally I'll get on there, and I found it's actually worked sometimes. I'll get on there and I'll do another live video on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, and like tell like people like, hey, come over here and check it out, that's where I'm at doing this shit like pretty much every day, and like next thing you know, my subscribers go up, and you'll see them drop in some of the videos and everything every now and again. I'm like, all right, but just keep coming back, just come to YouTube, it's okay, we like you.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I see some of your real life friends, and then you mention it because I see them in the chat trolling, and they're like, oh no, that's my real life friends here. I'm like, all right, you should just warn me.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny. God, that was on the stream that I had Young Rip on, I think, when my friend got
Yeah,
himself
yeah, that was one of them.
got
Yeah,
himself timed out. Yeah, that was pretty funny, and like I'm not that worried about it. Like, yeah, it's whatever. It's no big deal. People will live. People will live.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was funny too because he texted me later. He's like, "Hey, dude, like who's this guy?" I'm just like, I was like, "Oh, he's just one of the moderators." Like, "Oh, okay, dude, acting like he fucking runs a joint." I'm like, "Well, he's just in there mod doing his shit. Like, it's all good." Like, "Oh, okay." Like, he's not upset about it.
Yeah.
I don't even have to say to him like, "You mad, bruh?" Yeah.
Modding's a serious job.
Yeah, it is. It is. Mad Squirrel says technically LB doesn't have to rant. He can just stare at people with the look with the look of fed up. Yeah, that one. The sentence says, "Yeah, my real life friends come in my chat sometimes. That's cool, man. Like I don't have any real life friends, so I got
Yeah,
YouTube
me either,
friends."
man. My friends are my friends when it's convenient. That's life.
Yeah, no, actually, most of my friends they're busy. They're just busy, just like I am too. Living
Yeah.
life and doing stuff. But
Yeah, for me.
when you actually reach out to them, like they'll message back and they'll answer. Like one time, like there was some of my friends I grew up with for a long time. Like I messaged them one time and like never got a message back. And I'm like, dude, what the hell, like I'm like, I guess fuck me, I guess. I messaged somebody else about it and they got a new number. They had a new number, and apparently they probably lost mine or something like that. Which there's really no excuse for that these days. But I was like, oh, okay, well they got a new. So I guess that's why they didn't respond to my message.
It's always an excuse. Always an excuse. But for me, like, man, all my close friends, they're all married with kids.
Yeah.
I'm the lonely one.
Right. You're supposed to be married already. You're supposed to have a few children. Yeah. That's the way it works. That's how it is. That's what you're supposed to
Yeah.
do. That's what they say.
Maybe I could go find a woman and have some kids and start the Lonely Family YouTube.
Well, could you call it that anymore?
Yeah,
It reminds.
because have my kids running around in the background, just ignore them.
You know
Act like
what?
my wife, act like the woman, the baby mama's not next to me, and just talk. Then that might work. Who knows?
Are you talking about me, bro? Are you
I
talking about
am.
me? You know what?
Hey,
I'm
don't
gonna
disconnect my Skype chat, please. Don't.
I'm gonna message Mad Squirrel and see if you're talking about me because I think you're talking about me right now.
Well, let me DM Perp and ask him if I'm talking about you, and then we can talk about it through a mediator or something.
All right, yeah, we should definitely do that. We should definitely do that. Perp Minded says LB needs to slide into a lonely woman. It'd be the perfect match. It'd be the perfect match.
Man, I'm I'm telling you, like, I don't know what. One day, like, I mean, my videos where I make videos like talking about me. I've made a couple, but they don't get any views. But maybe one day I'll talk about a lonely man's why he's lonely, and people can understand because women don't like me. I'm too honest and nonchalant and just be like whatever. They don't want to come to the lonely cave. Like, why don't you want to come to a place that's nothing but darkness? Why not?
Yeah, you know what's funny is I at my old job I worked with this girl, and we were all in the lunchroom one day talking, and it was all good. She goes, oh yeah, I remember when I first started working here and I first met you. Like I was like, ooh, he's so hot, and then you started talking. I was like, oh, never mind.
It happens.
I was like, that's good. I was like, that's perfectly fine because I wasn't attracted to you anyway, but that's okay.
You know, I mean, I guess I could let you in on a little the life of a lonely man. I went to Disney World with a woman. Never heard from her again.
Oh man, did you pay for it?
Oh, I mean, we had annual passes, but it's
Okay,
like,
all right.
how can you go to the most magical place in the world and hear nothing else?
Yeah.
I guess it's because I didn't pay for the picture with Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I don't know.
Yeah, no, don't pay for the pictures there. Don't pay for the pictures. There's no need for any of that. Yeah. I even when we went with our family, like we never did that, but of course we were annual pass holders, so I guess you get to download them for free anyway.
Oh, you had the big dog annual pass, the one you get the free pictures. Okay, I see you.
I think that's the one it was. All I know is it's expensive, but and again that comes down to even like stuff we were talking about here on the channel. It's like I'm bougie like that, man. I've got to have like when we go to Disneyland, I got to have the top pass because for one, I ain't paying for no goddamn parking. You know, I'm paying for no
Yeah.
damn parking, and two like shit, give me my discount. But also, like, I don't like blackout dates. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, I need to be able to go whenever the fuck I want to go.
Man, oh yeah, you really are bougie. Like,
Y-
boy. So
Yeah.
I guess these people need to become Patreons and hit up Streamlabs because those Disney annual passes are not cheap, people. They are not.
Yeah, you should, but we don't have the annual passes anymore. No, we
See,
haven't had them the past couple of years, but a lot of that was due to part of it was when we were going, we noticed like Star Wars Land or Galaxy's Edge was under construction. They had some other stuff shut down at the time, and I think over on the California Adventure side they were getting ready to do construction for like the Pixar land and change some stuff around. Just like a whole lot of stuff was changing, and it's like okay, let's cancel it for a year, and then we'll see where they're at next year with it and everything. Just till it's back up, like at least make it worth your while. I mean, really, it was always fun. We always had a lot of fun going anyway. It was always great. But like once everything is like actually open and everything, it'll be better. So it's all finally. It seems like it's all back and all open good. So I don't know. Maybe next year we'll see about renewing them and getting some new
need
passes or
those need
something.
those Patreons, man.
Yeah. Nah, this movie that money has to go into the channel. That has to go into the channel. Got a
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
lot of
You got
things
to
I got
go
to
to
do.
Disneyland and shoot videos for for the channel. There you go.
You mean like I've got to go to like Galaxy's Edge and prove that there's people there?
Yeah,
Show me like there's
yeah,
people here. Dang it! Anybody
yeah.
out there saying otherwise is wrong, and they're lying to you.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, and do some vlogs. I could do some vlogs while I'm there. Do some vlogging. Like, hey guys, we're here at Disneyland. Me and my family.
Exactly.
Cheese.
You gotta make sure everything you do is the greatest thing ever, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I guess that's why my Galaxy's Edge video didn't do too well because I wasn't really that peppy.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta, you gotta church it up a little bit. You gotta act. You gotta, step it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'll take notes from you.
Yeah, I always feel weird, like when you're at a place doing that kind of shit anyway, like vlogging and
Yes,
stuff.
this whole. I'm like,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah, and what's funny is I sit and stare at a camera and make videos anyway, but like just doing that shit out in public, like, because I
Yeah,
like a lot of the movies I go to, I'll take my camera with me. Like when I get out of this movie, I'm gonna turn on my camera. I'm just gonna sit there and record, a quick review while I'm walking out of the theater to the car, and I never do that shit because I'm like, I feel fucking stupid doing that.
yeah, me too. I will never be that person. Hey, I just walked out of the movie theater. I just saw this movie. It's the best movie ever. No, never.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing too is like to me like reaction videos too. People do reaction videos and they're huge. Don't get me wrong. Like if that's your thing, you like doing reaction videos. It's cool. That's not a problem. Anybody out there likes to do reaction videos, but to me they're silly. Like I don't know. Like to me most reaction videos don't seem like genuine reactions anyway. But
Man,
like sometimes like you could tell people church them up. It's like come on, just come on, just really.
like that's why I don't do reaction videos that much because for the most part, I'm just sitting there watching the trailer. You see people in there crying, jumping out of their chair, hitting their head on the ceiling, like screaming. I'm just like, bruh, no, you stop. It ain't that serious.
Yeah, and I've actually thought I've never done it yet. Maybe I need to sit down one of these days and do. I need to sit down and make the video that I want to because I want to do one. I want to do a reaction video. I was gonna plan on doing it for Spider-Man, but I never did. But I want to do a reaction video, and I had this certain thing I wanted. I wanted it to be a skit though, basically making fun of people who do like those reaction videos out there. But it was going to involve the green screen, my phone, computer, and the bathroom.
You know what I think I'm gonna do when the Black Widow trailer come out?
What's that?
I'm gonna position my camera so you can see this on the table. And I'm just gonna have it sitting there the whole time. That'll be my reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Those just reaction videos. They just crack me up. They just crack me up. I'm just like, I don't know. I can't do it. But yet, so many people do them out there. It's
Yeah,
like
it's easy views. It's
yeah,
easy.
yeah. And that's why I think maybe I just need to go ahead and do some like once I actually get one of those reactions done, like and just do it in my own way. Because it would be funny. It'd be funny because I want to do it like a whole little skit, not just like, oh, here's me watching this video, guys. Hey, let's put this on and watch it. Oh.
Yeah. You do the big family thing, like, hey, Second Street Marvel family watches whatever trailer, and you all just sit there and watch the trailer, and have your kids waving in the background.
Yeah.
Exactly. Have your you could jump on your son like, oh, this was the greatest trailer ever. Toss your
Oh.
wife across the room, all kind of crazy stuff. Mayhem in Second Street Marvel. There you go, million views, boom. Then you
Oh.
have to be a reaction channel.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dang it! Then I gotta chase down that high, huh? The high of I got 20,000 views out of that. Holy crap! I better try to replicate this. Dang it!
Exactly. Yeah, man. Re- Reaction videos is just not my thing, but I do it every now and then. Every now and then.
Yeah, yeah. They're kind of silly. They're kind of silly.
They are very silly.
But so what other things like I noticed like you've like what kind of content you like I noticed you kind of been changing it up a lot, you know, like just talking more about current events as opposed to, and I heard you talking about that on your stream too, some about like not doing so much of like the, you know, just like the Marvel videos and just different things like that. Because, you know, like you were saying, like people were there for you, like anything like in particular like you look toward that you look for.
You said anything particular? I'm sorry, I was looking at your chat. You said anything particular that I'm looking forward to?
That you look for, like when you're looking for like topics and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, man. I mainly I look at trending topics of stuff that that I can talk about and make a video about one of the random Kardashians starting a company because I mean I don't care and I'll just be reading this like whatever. But it has to be stuff like, for example, random things like when Mattel released a gender neutral Barbie, foolishness like that. And I like to talk about hypocrisy I see in the media because it's easy to call out a hypocrite. It's very easy. Well, if I see stupid stories like a Florida man dumping dirt into his girlfriend's car because she wouldn't go out with him, stupid stuff like that, man. And the current events, there's always current events that I could talk about. I've actually, I switched to that because, like, for example, Marvel and Star Wars is so oversaturated that for me, like we talked about earlier, I don't want to be that person that's making the same videos about the same topic. It's hard to break through if you're only doing a Marvel video every few months because there's nothing out there to talk about. So that's why,
Right.
I decided to do more wide range of content because, I can talk about more stuff. Because, what's the last big Marvel news that came out? Comic Con, the D23 when they announced Black Panther. Other than that, it's nothing. So what I'm gonna be making a bunch of theory videos about who Black Widow's boyfriend is going to be before she dies in Endgame. Like,
Yeah, you know what's funny too is I know one of the creators I used to follow here. That's what a bulk of the content that he does is like the theory videos and the rumor stuff out there, and just all that click. I call it clickbait content for normies, and so he does a lot of that, and I noticed like lately like and it's not like I go and pay super much attention to it, but like subscriber base hasn't been growing very fast. Like it's slow, and like because like does mostly Marvel stuff, and so like there's no content coming out. It's like asking people in all the videos like, oh, what other content would you like me to see? What do you want me to do? This and that. Like dude, just you gotta pick something. Like
right.
you can ask people out there and ask your subscribers. That's all fine and dandy, but you gotta pick something because and the thing is ultimately I don't think he's listening to any of his subscribers out there, but I guess that's kind of what happens too when you get yourself worked into the algorithm of I just do Marvel content. So the second you do something about DC, nobody can see your shit because it's not coming across under because you're not into that algorithm stuff.
Yeah, man. And I agree. Like, and you you pigeonhole yourself into a corner when you only do, like they say, these big YouTubers, because they've had a YouTube channel for 10 years, tell you to pick a niche and stick to it. Well, if your niche is MCU and there is absolutely nothing MCU coming out, what are you going to make content about?
Right.
You're killing your channel by not making anything. So
Yeah, and see, and that's like I said, that's kind of how I started my channel too, was doing that. But I decided I want to when I do them, I want to present my own theories. Like shit, I came up with not plot leaks because that's what they talk about is plot leaks. You know what I mean? Like the Mike Zeros of the world and everything out there. All these plot leaks going on. Like it's for me, it's not about that. Like I want to present theories of things that I think are going to happen and could happen with the information I've got given and everything. And that's what I like about one of the creators out there that I like watching his stuff is this guy kind of Colty, because what he does, he talks about a lot of the Marvel content and stuff like that. But when you go watch his videos, he's talking about his own shit that he came up with, and he does, puts good video clips together, good, like, puts a pretty solid fucking presentation together. And I'm like, dude, every time one of these dudes videos drop, I'm fucking on it, because it's just great content, even though he's doing sometimes shit based off of what the clickbait stuff going on out there is. Like, it'll be like, like, what's going on with, the Loki series, well, based on this, and he'll come and break it all fucking down. And it's not just like, the boring plot leaks that people find on, like, Reddit and all that bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I love the MCU. Like, I mean, that's why I started my whole channel, the MCU, Star Wars and stuff. But it's like, man, I can't compete with the Mike Zeros and the millions of others who's making videos about Kathleen Kennedy possibly retiring. Like, I can't compete with that. So, I mean, that's why I decided to step back, and, like, if Marvel news breaks, I'll do a live stream and talk about it. But I'm not gonna put effort into creating videos like that. So sad, but hey, it is what it is, I'll still make Marvel and Star Wars videos, but I'm just not gonna be, oh yeah, Marvel cast random actor in this movie. I'm not making videos for that anymore.
Yeah, and I think part of it too is at some point, like, if you're gonna do that kind of stuff, like, you've probably got to know somebody, or at least have a really good, reliable source, because it seems like all the channels that get big out there, that get really good, or known for that, probably actually know somebody somewhere that works for something, and maybe they find stuff out. It seems like you gotta at least know one of those kind of people, that someone knows somebody on the inside. But and it's not like those are few and far between. But a lot of the times, some people just don't want to believe them anyway.
Mm.
But it seems like that's how it is, because you gotta kind of be the one breaking the news. And I find it funny too. This is something that I always laugh about too. Is, like, it seems like all you really have to do is have a website.
Yeah, there you go.
and and
Well,
and then get other people talking about it.
yeah,
which,
exactly.
which
And
I believe they call that earned media. And that's one of the some of the hardest stuff to do, is like, where you put shit out there and get other people talking about your shit. And it's really tricky stuff, you know what I mean? And I guess that's how you get big anyways, knowing how to do all that stuff. Again, because it comes down to somewhat clickbaiting, you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, I hate it. I hate it. There's too many news sources out there that don't use sources.
Right.
And it's ridiculous, man. That's why I say it's hard to compete, man. It's hard to compete, which is sad. But once some real MCU stuff come out, I'll start talking about, like, the Black Widow trailer. Whenever that comes out, I'll have stuff to talk about. And if some real deal articles come out that's worth talking about, I could talk about it. But I'm just not going to be making these stupid videos about casting and all that, and then make these random rumors random fake rumors people are making up.
Yeah, and see, I know at one point, I can't wait till, like, that season kicks back in, when all those, all those clickbait, all that clickbait content for normies out there that gets ended up floated around everywhere. I can't wait till it's that season again, because one of the things I like doing was taking all that clickbait trash and fucking just smashing the shit out of these bullshit theories with just other shit that we already know. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, oh, like, what about this? Like, well, apparently you didn't watch this fucking movie because it's happened in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they covered that over here, and you're not paying attention to shit. So it doesn't work out. But of course, I guess it's Hollywood. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's fun doing that, like, taking and making videos about debunking the rumors out there. Of course, then you can't call your videos debunked.
Yep. That's the landscape of Hollywood media.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So, have you seen Frozen, the first Frozen movie?
I have. I was in your live stream quoting the songs earlier.
But did you like it?
I liked it. I thought it was okay. I haven't seen it but one time, but I mean, I liked it. It wasn't amazing or great like people claim, but I liked it. I liked Let It Go. I liked Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And I liked the songs and stuff. It was cool. It was cool. And, I must say, I don't know if they have the Frozen rides at Disneyland, but one of the worst moments of my life was being in the Frozen ride at Disney World and hearing all of the kids sing "Let It Go" when it really hits the high note.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we
Yeah,
have a Frozen ride there. Not that I know of. Yeah, you guys are spoiled over there in Florida.
hey man, we, we need it. All these Florida man, we need some happiness sometimes.
But yeah, so I took my kids to watch Frozen 2, and yeah, it was a good movie. I just there's some things in there, I don't know, some of the things I thought were funny. It was good, and I think we're gonna go watch it again, because my wife was working. We're gonna go watch it again with my wife on Sunday, and I'm thinking about waiting off on my review until then, so I can get a second watch at it and really see, because like, sometimes, like, sometimes some movies are hard to break down, because one of the things I was noticing about it was the movie seems like it doesn't seem like it's as good, and of course it doesn't seem like they were trying to top what they did in the first one neither. It just seems like, I don't know. I don't think there really is topping something like that. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of properties, a lot of movies and franchises out there that are like that. Like, you can't really top this. I mean, so should you do it?
Yeah, when you was talking about it earlier on your morning stream, you know, practically everything you were saying was the same thing as another podcast YouTube channel I watched called Double Toasted. They talked about it in their review, and they practically all was saying the same exact thing. And while I was watching it, I was saying to myself, man, Disney doesn't have a history of having good sequels. Um, so it sounds like this is what they ran into. Like they had nothing here, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like we have to do it.
Yeah. How could you not, with how big of a success the last one was? And it wasn't a bad movie. I actually really like it, and that's why I want to go see it again, because I'm like, the one thing I was saying about the movies, it seems like the movie and like the humor, and I guess really even the music kind of went, like, matured with the audience, that like its core audience that was there, that would have been there at the theater when they first seen it. Like, were my daughters when I think they would have been like 3 or 4 years old when we went to see that movie.
Yeah.
So I think, it seems like even the music and just like the movie in itself kind of matured along that same way. So it's not like, it doesn't have that same childish, like, fun feel to it.
Hmm.
Like, it seems like not more. I guess a little more serious, like a little more matured, and I don't know. And that's why I want to go back and take a look at it again and be like, am I right about that, or is it just not? Like, is it? I mean, is it just how? In what ways is it different? And that's, I don't know. I guess I'm just
Yeah.
weird thinking about that.
Well, I mean, with which what you're saying, they said the same thing. It's like, okay, they've grown up, they've matured. What else is there to this? Um, I think that is kind of cool. Like they had the characters actually grow up, like they've actually grown with the crowd, the age of the demographic. So that, I mean, that's pretty cool because I guess they looking at it this way is like, okay, if we had them at the same age, then we might have lost the crowd that fell in love with the first one because they've grown up.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? But I'm not a fan of animation cartoons, that stuff that stays like the same age the entire time.
Right.
So like,
Well, there's The
do a little growing up,
Simpsons.
people, in these movies.
Yeah. Yeah. What about The Simpsons?
Man, I haven't watched The Simpsons. Oh, as far as the growth, that straight up, that's always been weird to me. It's like, are they still the same age and stuff right now?
I think so. I believe they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't watch? Well, I mean, yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, I've always wondered, like, why are they still the same age? It's been like 30 years later.
Yeah.
Like Bart Simpson's supposed to have his own grandkids or something by now.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's been like 30 years now, pal. Like, are you gonna grow up? Shit. At least, like, even the Peanuts, they're not making new movies. You know what I mean? They're
Oh,
not keeping it
actually,
going
they
on.
are on Apple TV.
Well, I guess that'll do, like, an ongoing series.
Yeah,
Shit. Damn it. All right. Never
yeah. I
mind.
want to see that, but man, I'm not getting another streaming service.
Yeah, no, and you know what? Honestly, if you have like if you own an Apple product, shit, and you have they should give that shit to you.
Exactly. Like them Apple products cost too much already, man.
Hell
Throw us a
yeah,
bone.
yeah. And of course, it's only like $5, but shit. Next thing you know, you got 10 different services that cost you $5, and there you go.
Exactly.
on top of what you've already got.
Exactly, man. Ridiculous.
But
Ridiculous.
yeah, it is. But anyway, maybe time to go ahead and get things wrapped up. LB, tell everybody where they can find you at, and your channel. Tell us a little bit more about yourself before we go.
Well, everybody, and thank you, Trinity, for having me on. The
Yeah,
night
anytime.
Trailer Park Live, man. It was a lot of fun. This is probably my. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably my favorite stream that I've done, like off of my channel, because like, man, we just been chilling and talking. It's just like we hanging out. So this was a lot of fun, man. I just got to relax more. Ain't got to worry about anybody else. But yeah, man, everyone in the chat is pretty cool, man. Like I've seen some people I don't see, so shout out to all of y'all. But my channel is called The Lonely Banter. I talk about a lot of stuff. I mean, I talk MCU, Star Wars. I talk about sports if like something major's going on, like that Myles Garrett fight, like stuff like that. I talk about the current events, foolishness that goes on in my state of Florida. I talk about that, man. It's a large variety, and right now I'm reviewing the Mandalorian. So if you're into that, you could check me out on the Lonely Banter. I might be lonely, but I'm friendly as long as you don't ask me to come onto my live streams and stuff because you just subscribe to me. But other than that, I appreciate all of y'all hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Yeah, guys, if you're here, you've never checked out heard of LB and checked out the Lonely Banter channel, you guys should definitely go check out his stuff. He's certainly one of my favorite content creators, and yeah, and like I said, I can't even remember how I stumbled upon his channel, but very cool guy. Glad to have got to meet him and got to know him, and you guys should probably do the same thing. And I'm gonna click out of here and see if we got this other video queued up here, so we can get some thoughts from somebody else here on this movie that we've been. Hey, what's up, y'all? Myrtle here, and welcome back to the Trailer Park Reviews. That's right, y'all. Now tonight I'm here once again on the Trailer Park Live to bring you guys one of my reviews, and I gotta tell y'all, man, it's always such a good time to be here with y'all. Sit here and just kind of shoot the shit a little bit. Oh man, I love this show. I can't say shit. Yeah, anyway, guys, today I'm here. I'm going to be telling you about this new movie out there. Y'all probably heard of it already. It's this new one with the salsa and all the stuff going on out there called Frozen 2. Okay, now first of all, guys, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know why they always gotta do these sequels to these movies and stuff. Like, I get it, it was all a big one, it was pretty popular, a bunch of people took their kids, they had some songs out there that they did and stuff for this movie, and I gotta tell you guys, okay, I'm gonna give it up, this movie was actually pretty, it was pretty good, I guess, like, it wasn't as good as the first one. Remember all those cute little songs sung? Remember you see little girlies out there all talking and singing along and then dancing with the Let It Goes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was pretty cool, I know a whole lot of people got tired of it. I know I got tired of hearing that crap on the radio all the time. Guess that's what I get for listening to Radio Disney, huh? Yeah, anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get right on into the review, okay? Now, this movie right here is cute if you want to take your kids, if you got some of them stupid little kitties that just swallow everything they're spoon-fed, yeah, sure. Go ahead and take your kids to it. This movie was it was kind of a lot like the first one, it had like the same directors and writers and stuff, and it had the same actresses in it. Dina Menzel came in and she played Queen Elsa. She did a pretty good job. She got a pretty good singing voice too, and she came in and did a pretty good job in this role. And of course, you can't forget Kristen Bell, right? Yeah, that little cutie blonde girl out there. She's just cute as a button anyway, And then, you go and see her character here in the TV show or in this little cartoon. She's pretty good, she's so cute too. And she got her little boyfriend over there that's got that little moose. Yeah, Kristoff. Now, oh, guys, I'm telling you, man. Why does every single one of the movies these days have to be so damn politicals? This movie's so damn political, it's a bit ridiculous. And what they did here, man, with the politics and stuff right here, man, it's just not good. Like, I get it, like, this is a female-driven movie, but, over here in this movie, we get to see Christopherson, Chris Christopherson, man, he went over there, he just played, what do they call them boys these days, man? I don't know, man, like, he wasn't very manly in this movie, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just kept kind of wandering off away from his lady friend and acting like she didn't love him. He's fumbling all over his words after he did all that same stuff in the first movie. It's like, come on, man. You gotta sack up a little bit, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Be a man. You gonna sit there and propose to your girlfriend. Don't just sit there the whole time. Oh, man. Come on, man. What's going on here? Oh, I don't know, man. Okay, now, like I said, you know, you got some of them little cute kids you want to take to it. That's all fine and dandy. They're probably all just stupid anyway and don't understand what this movie's all about. You guys probably haven't heard anybody else talk about this out there doing their little movie reviews and stuff on this. But guys, this whole movie's all about politics. Yeah, man, why's every movie gotta be about politics? This whole gosh darn movie's about Donald Trump and his wall and building it so the Mexicans can't come here in the United States. I'm telling you, that's exactly what it's all about. Okay, yeah, we're moving into explored territory here. We're here on Trailer Park Live. It don't matter. Not like you're gonna go out and see it if you're here on this channel anyway. Anyway, yeah, this movie's all about Donald Trump and the wall and the Mexicans. Man, I don't even know what everybody's problem is anyway, man. Man, I got cousins that's Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We're all good here, man. But anyway, yeah. So basically what happens here is Elsa's kind of getting this call out there from these Mexicans, and she's like, hey man, what's going on out there? This is a pretty cutie little voice, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was waiting for Coco to come popping through the screen. Anyway, so she goes and she tracks off this voice, and of course it's in another land. She has to cross a border to get there. Well, anyway, it turns out that what happened was this whole movie was about Donald Trump's wall. Yeah, I know, right? Like, come on, man. What's going on here? So she gets there to this little forest and finds out that there's been a wall that's been built. Well, they don't call it a wall, they call it a dam in this case. And anyway, so this dam was basically put up by her grandfather. And you gotta remember, you know, Elsa's little white girl, you know, so her grandfather went up there trying to help out these Native Americans, you know. Well, they're probably not even Americans here, okay? You gotta take all these things into account. But I know what they're going at here. They're talking about Mexicans, and they're talking, you know, making them look like Native Americans, and this bridge or this dam was supposed to, it was like an analogy for the walls, okay? And basically what they did was, you know, the white people came in and played all nice with played all nice with the little Indians, played all nice and said, oh, we're going to help you out, little guys. We're going to build this dam for you, and it's going to help you and enrich your lands. Well, and then it turns out everybody was all happy, everybody was all cool, you know, and then all of a sudden they had this little celebration, had a little fiesta, this all getting down and groovy with each other, and then all of a sudden what happens? They're at war, right? Yeah, of course, the white man had to betray the brown man, and that's exactly what's going on in this goddamn movie. Okay? That's exactly what happened. And they tried to tone it down a little bit because they had a black guy in there that was kind of the head of the white people's army. Of course, the black guy has to be the servant to the white guy. Okay, yeah, I know what you're thinking out there. Of course, man. This is exactly what Disney does in every single one of their movies. Yeah, they did it in this one too, man. They ain't pulling no fast ones on Myrtle, man, okay? I seen all that stuff going on out there. So, anyway, what happens is it turns out, of course, you know, it was the white guy trying to stab the brown guy in the back and trying to kill him. And that's what it's all about. And, of course, naturally what happens is the white people feel all sorry and they feel bad for the things that their grandfather's done. And they go and they make some apologies and they tear down the wall, man. Yeah! I know, that's what I said. Like, hey, man, we put some work in that wall. Y'all just gonna tear it down? I mean, hell, we got Mexico to pay for it, right? Oh, man. What's going on here? What's going on here with this picture, man? There's something going on here, man. I don't even know what Disney's trying to do out there. You know, I know there's been a whole lot of things people picking on Disney for the Star Wars thing and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I don't hear nobody griping about this movie. This movie makes me sick with all that kind of stuff. I see what you're doing out there, Bob Igor. Yeah, y'all trying to make white people feel bad for the things that their grandfathers, ancestors, and stuff done. That's not how it works, man. Like, that wasn't me, man. All right? And I'm cool with all these people. I don't care if you was Mexicans, if you was Americans, if you was black men's. I don't care, man. I don't care about none of that kind of stuff. Y'all know me and Myrtle, Myrtle, man. We roll real here, man. That's not how Myrtle rules. We just roll with everybody. Y'all cool in our book, but don't expect me to feeling bad about something my grandpappy did. That doesn't make no sense to me. That wasn't me. I didn't own nobody. I didn't build no dams or no walls or nothing. What you know what I'm talking about? That's not just how it goes. Ugh. Man, I don't know, man. This whole movie's just like a big political thriller. That's all it is. But like I said, you got one of them stupid little rugrats that thinks they might be into this movie. Go ahead and take them to it. Let them eat that stuff up. Man, there's nothing wrong with that, though. You should be raising good kids, you know what I'm saying? Teach them not to be a bunch of assholes like us. And, that's kind of what this movie really kind of started being about. But I just don't get it, man. This whole movie was really about Donald Trump's wall and that whole bar situation with the walls and stuff, and then they build it and they take it down. Like, man, what y'all doing our wall, man? Oh, man, come on, man. Build the dam. Hashtag build the wall? The dam? Man, I don't know. See, that's how crazy this movie is. It makes those political lines so blurred. I can't even remember what we were talking about, a wall or a dam here. But that's what's going on in this movie. It's just a whole political thriller. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what's going on here, man. Altogether, man, the movie was not pretty bad. It was pretty good. I thought it was pretty cute and everything. The animation on this movie is absolutely phenomenal, man. I think you guys might want to check it out. Now, the music and everything, I didn't think it was as good as the last one. Like, I liked those little jingles they had in the first one, but this one doesn't come close to that. But, like, none of the songs was really memorable. And that little snowman guy, he was actually kind of funny in this one. The first one, like, he was okay. He had some funny parts. This one, he kind of took it over the top. Although I didn't like the song that he sung as much here. Because, it was a funny song, but it just didn't seem to be on the level that snowman one in wintertime or summertime or whatever time it is, man. You know what I'm talking about. You know what song I'm talking about. Oh, man. I don't know, altogether, it was an okay movie. I just wish they could have left the politics out of it, you know what I'm saying? Because it was all about Donald Trump and his wall and keeping people separated and breaking down walls and all that kind of stuff. What kind of world you people live in, man? I don't walk out my door and see none of that divisiveness and stuff. Like, every time I go out in Publix and stuff, which isn't often, usually it's just me and my boys on our hogs, you know what I'm saying? But, we got people, different colors and skins and stuff out there that hang out with us, but I don't see none of that outside my front door. You're gonna sit here and shut this stuff in my kids' faces? Oh, man. No, I don't know. I could be wrong, though. Maybe y'all need to go ahead and go out there and check that movie out for yourself, man. But I don't know. I guess it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but it was still kind of a cute movie. Your kids might like it, so make sure to take them out and see all this, border propaganda stuff making me sick. Oh. Anyway, that's all I got for this review, guys. Thank you all so much. Like I said, make sure you go out and see Frozen 2. Leave your comments down in the comment sections. Let us know what you thought about this movie. Well, guys, my name is Myrtle. Myrtle, once again.
Oof, man. I don't know about you guys, but that guy's a little bit sauced up, you think? Anyway, guys, everybody, thank you all so much for being here tonight. I hope you guys have a very great weekend. Like I said, I'm going to be getting a lot of videos shot this weekend. I've got comic book reviews I've got to get shot. I've got movie reviews to get shot. I've got to go out and work. Like I said, probably going to go out and sling my nuts a little bit. Like I said, there's links down there in the description, guys. Oh, it's Christmas time, man. Go order some shit. Go buy it up. Links down there in the description. Do it. So yeah, guys, like I said, stay tuned to the channel here over the weekend. Going into the next week, I've got a lot of comic book reviews I've got to get done, and those will be coming up soon. I've got a couple other videos I've been thinking about working on. I just need to write some scripts up and stuff like that, and hopefully get done for you all. But you all have a very good night. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all in the next video. Later.